Welcome to this short video. It's in the category of empowering thoughts, and the title of this video is Belonging to Everyone and Everywhere. It is a short meditation on what's happening around us today. We are witnessing a lot of death, loss of life during this pandemic. How to deal with this situation in our mind? Life on this earth is nothing but a lease, a temporary permission. So as soon as the lease is over, you move on to look for a new residence. This is the same thing that happens to one's life. There are two constituents basically in a human life or in any life form. One is the material constituent, the other one is consciousness. Consciousness truly belongs to a different dimension, while the material content belongs to a temporal dimension. When I say temporal, it doesn't belong to just this planet. It belongs to the cosmos, where we have all the material, all the elements from which we borrow. So where do we really belong? This human person about whom we are talking now, about whose sudden disappearance from this particular terrain, where do we really belong? Let us do a little bit of introspection. Basically from the point of view of our material constituent. On one's deathbed, if he or she is an adult, there will be 7 octillion, 7 followed by 27 zeros of atoms in that body. Of this total mass, 64% is oxygen, 21% is carbon, 10% is hydrogen, nearly 3% nitrogen, 1.5% is calcium, and 1% phosphorus, plus a smattering of various other elements, all created in the stars. In one's cremation, the water will be evaporated. The carbon and nitrogen combine with oxygen to make gaseous carbon dioxide and nitrogen dioxide, which will rise skyward and mix with the air. Most of the calcium and phosphorus in the body will be baked into a reddish brown residue and scattered in the soil and in the wind. But then we see that every atom that once belonged to this particular body, or rather temporarily borrowed by it, truly does belong to everything and everyone. Just as you and I are inhaling the air, the oxygen atoms, it is the same oxygen atoms that once inhabited the lungs of the great Einstein. So, when this material element is released from their temporal confinement, these atoms slowly spread out and diffuse throughout the atmosphere. In 60 days' time, there could be found every handful of air in the planet. In 100 days, some of these atoms, the vaporous water, will be condensed into liquid and returned to the surface by rain, to be drunk and ingested by animals and plants. Some of these atoms will be absorbed by light-utilizing organisms and transformed into tissues, tubules, and leaves. Some oxygen-breathing creatures will inhale these oxygen atoms and incorporate it into their organs and bones. Hence, where do you belong? A deep question. Where do we really belong? We are born from the exploding stars, and we are returned to the cosmos. And in spiritual dimension, We are created by the Creator and we return to the bosom of the Creator at the end of this lease. This is the reflection that we need to have to console ourselves that every loss of life is not a loss permanently. Thank you for watching and have a great life.